Hi, welcome to another episode of Broadcasting Northwest Florida. I'm Jennifer Connolly with Florida's Great Northwest. Today, I'm delighted to have Dr. Devin Stephenson on as a guest with us today. He's the president of Northwest Florida State College. And Dr. Stephenson, I'm very happy for you to share with our audience today all of the great things that are going on with the college. You all have been so supportive of economic development in the community and in the region. And I just think that our audience is going to be delighted to hear about all of the exciting things happening at the college. So if you would just kick us off and maybe tell us what's happening.
Jennifer, first let me say that it's great to be with you today, and I do appreciate the great work that Florida's Great Northwest does. We're your home. You're home to us right here on our Niceville campus. At least your administrative hub is right here. And so what I think when I think of our work and how we marry your work and what's going on is really seated in I think our basic mission statement, which is to improve lives, to improve the quality of life, and to touch three basic areas, and that's economic development, workforce development, and community development. And if we can have those touch points as a vital part of what we do and stay focused on those on a day-to-day basis and work toward that end, we can all be successful. I've often told our people here at the college that we have to approach this not caring who gets the credit. It really doesn't matter, but that we must be an excellent team player in this big scheme of things and fit rightly into our role. And so that's why over the last 4.5 years that I've been here as president, I spent a lot of time listening and looking and then learning before I launched. That's really my 4 L's for success. And what I found out is that training opportunities, being able to upskill individuals, especially incumbent workers, can be a catalyst for major change in a region. That comes from work, having worked in a number of areas across the country. And that, after exploring, after assessing, after doing the environmental scanning, we determined that we needed to stand up some new programs that would be that would touch lives of people and basically complement current business and industry and be a magnetic device or a magnet for other business and industry that might want to come into this area. And that is why we have stood up so many wonderful programs, including our brand new Aviation Center of Excellence in Crestview, which will we'll be training airframe and power plant mechanics, as well as professional pilots, as well as partnering with Paul Shue and the Shue Innovative Institute on drones and unmanned aerial systems. Anything that has to do with aerospace from this college's perspective will take place in Crestview. You know, we've stood up new programming in Walton County at the Funiac Springs with cybersecurity, our Public Safety Institute, now the top among the top 10. It's ranked number 6 in the state of Florida, along with our expanded welding program. And by the way, Jennifer, we just had a second welding student employed by Elon Musk's SpaceX to weld the rocket booster for the Dragon capsule. So we're very excited about that particular high level of exclusivity for our welding program. In addition, we've stood up a new program in medical lab technician for the healthcare industry, as well as a brand new physical therapist assistant program. One of the most popular right now is our Culinary and Hospitality Institute, which has provided much needed human resources to this industry. In fact, we can't keep the students hardly till graduation. They're employed as executive chefs, as chef assistants, in the hospitality industry all across the Emerald Coast. So I think it's been about finding where the needs are, and then as an institution, staying relevant. That's the critical part, keeping our programming relevant so it leads to high demand, high wage jobs. And if our programs can't do that, then we need to look at those programs and say, what do we need to do to modify them, to eliminate them, to, whatever needs to take place so that we are fueling this labor force, and then locking arms and hands with you and Nathan Sparks and others that's working to bring industry in this area. So I think it is a concentrated effort. We have tried to move this institution off of the 264 acres that we sit on here in Niceville and get it out into the community and try to make a difference. And I've got a saying that I often use when we think about the impact. We're impacting 10,000 students a year, making a $326 million economic impact annually in this region. But we have to collaborate to elevate. And that's why we work so hard with so many entities, public and private, to do good things. We have to innovate to perpetuate growth and advancement, and specifically in aerospace and other career education programs that are so vitally needed today. Mm-hmm. And then we have to educate to escalate the current population to better jobs, to jobs that are in demand, and jobs that are certainly needed, that provide that high high sustainable wage. So I think that's been our approach. We pivoted certainly as we've gone through, and I think that's another positive about a state college. We are transformational, we are agile, we are responsive. And so I tell our leadership team all the time, if it's not now, then when are we going to do this? And if it's not us, then who's going to do it? And we are certainly all in, locking arms with you and others to make this a better place in which to live, work, and play.
Yes, and I think you summarized that perfectly, because I think it's all about partnerships, and it's all about us, going forward with that same common vision that's going to make this entire region better. So
that's right.
So Dr. Stephenson, I really appreciate you being a guest on our Broadcasting Northwest Florida episode. Keep up the wonderful work for our community. And we want to thank you all for joining us, and please stay tuned for another episode.